What's going on, bottom line viewers? It's Mitch here with my record prediction for the Jacksonville Jags, the very first season for Trevor Lawrence in the NFL. How will he do this regular season? Before I give my record prediction for the Jags and Trevor Lawrence in 2021, make sure that you do spike that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more bottom line view record predictions just like this, and get in that comment section and let me know how you feel about Jacksonville. Do you think they're going to make a massive jump this year in Trevor Lawrence's first season? He's going to carry them back to the playoffs. Do you think they'll get just a little bit better? Remember, they only won one game last year. How much better will they be? We'll have to see. Let's get to the schedule and let's find out. In week number 1, Jacksonville takes on the Houston Texans. The Texans, I've discussed it. I think they're the worst team in football this year. They are. Without Deshaun Watson, they are. Period. That's how much of a big difference he is. They go from 4 wins to 1 or 2. Because usually NFL teams just win a game out of a fluke. So, the Texans are bad. I think the NFL made it so that Jacksonville will have an advantage week 1. Because, let's be fair, Jacksonville is going to have a rookie quarterback, a rookie coach, an entirely rookie coaching staff for the most part in terms of like prominent positions. They have a lot of new faces on defense and on offense. They have a lot of rookies. So they have a lot of new. And that usually means you start slow. But I just think the talent for Jacksonville will win the first game. Okay? So I think Jacksonville will win the first game based on talent. They won't have to do anything super complex scheme-wise because they're going to be playing Tyrod Taylor. All right? So I have Jacksonville winning that first game. If they were to lose, though, I wouldn't be panicked because I'd say, look, they've got a lot more veterans in the lineup. Yes, there's some new there, but Jacksonville has a lot of young guys, and that's going to take time, especially in a condensed offseason where last year, yes, it was worse in that regard, but this year, it's still condensed. It's atypical. So, week 2, the Denver Broncos and the Jags. I have the Broncos winning this game, and it's part of what I've already said. So, Jacksonville is still going to be working and getting better, right? I think Jacksonville is going to probably finish fairly strong at the end of the year. They'll have their ups and their downs all season long. I think there's going to be sparks of a lot of promise, and there's going to be other points, very down points throughout the schedule, as there is with a lot of young teams, all right, and rebuilding teams. The Broncos are a team that have a fantastic defense. They have a very strong coaching staff. They have a lot of veterans on their squad, and they have an offense. They have a quarterback, whether it's Locke or Bridgewater, they've played in the league, all right? And their offense, they've got a lot of talent that you have to contain. I think Denver is that roster where it's like if they had a quarterback, they would be a real team. But because they don't have one that's great, you're looking at them as just average. But I think that's good enough to beat Jacksonville in week 2, that defense specifically. Week 3, I think this is one where I could see it going either way, really. Like, I don't think Jacksonville matches up that poorly with the Cardinals. They have the corners, I think, to match up. I think they have overall an offense that could move the ball. But I think where they're going to struggle is getting pressure on Kyler and containing Kyler. And then on the other side of things, protecting Lawrence may be an issue when you're playing Chandler Jones, J.J. Watt, Marcus Golden. They have a good pass rush. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals. Week 4, I'm going with the Bengals. I like Joe Burrow in his second year. By week 4 to be off that knee injury, getting better. That offense is very dynamic with a lot of playmakers, and their defense is solid, right? It's about as good as your defense. So I have Cincinnati winning at home on a Thursday. It's always tough to go on the road on a Thursday and win. Week 5, I have Jacksonville splitting with the Titans this year. So let's just say they win the first one and they Okay, let's say they win the second one. Just, I don't know. Maybe they'll be better later in the year. So let's say they win the second one and they lose the first one. And then week 6, they play the Dolphins. I could see them winning this game, but I think what is really going to hurt them in this game is just Brian Flores as a defensive coach is very, very good schematically, and he can confuse young quarterbacks. So I'd be worried about the pressure packages of Brian Flores versus your offensive line and your young quarterback. That might be a lot to handle. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins. You have a bye week. You play week 8 in Seattle, which is just like, I've been there, guys. You do not understand how loud Seattle is. Like, it's insane. All right, so Seattle's going to win. Week 9, you play the Bills. Bills are going to win. I don't think you need any real explanation there. Week 10, the Colts. I think they'll beat the Colts the first time and lose the Colts the second time. All right, they're going to split with the Colts as well. I think the division is fairly even, to be honest. I don't think the division is very good. I see the Colts and the Titans at the top, but they're not really great teams. I have neither of them getting double-digit wins. I think it's going to be a case of, like, they're both kind of 9-8, 8-9 type teams, and one of them's going to make the playoffs. I see Jacksonville in the middle, and then I see Houston at the bottom. That's kind of the way I see the division this year. And I think that's close enough to make it so that divisional games, especially when Jacksonville is a new team with a lot of new coaches, it might take one of these teams by surprise. Week 11, the 49ers. The 49ers are just way too talented to lose this game, to be honest. Like, the 49ers are one of the 3 to 4 most talented rosters in the NFL, and then they have Kyle Shanahan, who's an absolute genius on offense, so they have just an advantage there. So 3 wins right now. I think it's clear that they'll lose to the Rams. That one's pretty obvious to me, especially in LA. The Rams are loaded. I think they're going to lose to the Patriots in New England, where it's going to be cold. It's going to be a Jacksonville team going to New England late in the year when New England's fighting for a playoff spot. That's not going to be great. All right, I think they're going to lose to the Texans because I think the Texans have to win one game this year, and I just so happen to think that it's going to be Jacksonville. And I think, okay, so the games where they really could win is they could beat Atlanta and they could beat the Jets. That could happen. I think I said the Jets would beat them at home in New York. Again, it's the same thing where you're going New York and New England, where it's cold. It's still East Coast, but it's a different climate late in the year in December with the Jacksonville team. And both teams have strong defenses, I think. The Jets especially have a strong defensive line, and the Patriots have a great defense overall. I'm going to say they beat Atlanta. I don't know. I feel like I should have more wins on this schedule, but when you really look at it, it's tough, man. Like, it really is. Like, I want to say Jacksonville is closer to a 5, 6, 7 win team. But when you look at their schedule, it's difficult. Like, it's not to say that they can't win some of these games. Like, they could beat the Broncos, they could beat the Cardinals, they could beat the Dolphins. As I've gone over, I could see games where they win. It's just trying to go through it and actually realistically saying, okay, am I picking this team or that team? And honestly, I can't pick them in a lot of these situations. The one thing I'll say about Jacksonville, I had them earlier in the offseason at like 6-11 or something of that nature, okay? My thing here is, honestly, do I even want them to beat Atlanta? Like, I almost want to give Atlanta the win. But I want to give them at least 4 wins here. This is tough, man. This is real tough. Honestly. They're going to have to pull off an upset to do better than I think here. I don't know, man. I really don't. Let's just go with that. 4-13, okay? But I had them at 6-11 earlier in the offseason. Until this whole Tim Tebow stuff started happening. Guys, I hate this. Like, I like Tim Tebow, but I think this is bad for the team. I think it's bad for the organization, and it's a bad look on Urban Meyer. Like, Urban Meyer, I don't have a lot of faith in right now. I just don't. Honestly, I hope Jacksonville proves me wrong, and I like their offseason for the most part, but I just can't. go better than this. So it's kind of disappointing because I want Trevor Lawrence's season to be better and I want them to be better this year. But I mean, that is progression. They went 1-15 last year, so winning 3 more games is a lot better than last year. Now, you would like to get to 5-6 wins this year, and I think you'd be happy, but that could happen, definitely, but that's just not the way I see it on the schedule. So let me know if you think I'm wrong. It's Mitch. Hopefully you respect me keeping it real. It's tough, man. I hate doing these lower teams on the totem pole, but thanks for watching. If you enjoyed Gronk, spike that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you soon. Peace.